Hey guys, this is Jella and welcome back to my channel. Some of you guys have requested for another Filipino town and I don't know when I'd be able to make it. So as per request, here are some custom Filipino food carts that you can add to your Filipino town builds. The first one we have is a buko cart where we sell fresh coconut juice. You can fill this container with milk to look like it is a coconut juice with milk. Okay, let's have a taste. Very refreshing, especially on the hot weather. Now let's go to the next one, which is the dirty ice cream cart. We have the three common flavors, which is ube or purple yam, cheese, which I don't really taste the cheese in there, hee, and mango. When you buy, the vendor would mix all the flavors, and it would actually turn out well. So yeah, that is the ice cream cart. Lastly, we have the street food cart with bike. And I actually made a no Gamepass version that using the food cart in game. So this custom cart we made right now is the usual street food sellers that stop by in front of establishments or school. Like look at this kwek and fishball, it looks realistic, OMG. The kikiam not so much, but I am still getting hungry. And eating this wouldn't be complete without dipping it in the sauces. So we have vinegar, sweet sauce, and spicy sauce. The vendor would cook at the back, so we have the burner over there. And I added this bike, but if we ride it, we leave the cart, hee. So let's just pretend that this cart is fixed with the bike and I'm just not gonna move. Also, if you still haven't subscribed, make sure to click that subscribe button. Thanks guys. So first one we have is a buko karitan, which is a coconut drink cart. You will need a fridge and then click take a quick meal. Then search for coconut. So this depends on how many you would like to add in your cart. I think I got around 12 pieces, but the more, the better. So place the coconuts on the side, and we will start making the karitan or cart. I'm going to use this simplicity console table as the base. Buko carts are usually low, so the height of this table is perfect. I placed all the coconuts that we have on the base table. Then we are going to recolor the coconut to green, since the coconut are still fresh with juice. Change the material to water, so there would be some texture on the coconut. Now color the table to bronze and change the texture to wood planks. I'm going to add a drink dispenser in here since buko carts here have buko juice prepared on the side. I'm going to recolor this white plastic and I don't know if I'd leave that color or change it later. Now go to structural items and we will use a vertical plank. You will need an advanced placing Gamepass. That is the only Gamepass you need if you like to build this custom carts. Then resize the height and width, just the right height that coconuts are still visible. Copy the resized plank and then add it on the other sides of the cart. I'm just gonna rotate the juice dispenser so the mouth is not poking out the cart. Now we will add some handles so the vendor can push it. I'll be showing different technique on the other cart later. But for this one, we will use a basic cube and resize it. Now place it down on the cart. Recolor this first before duplicating to save a bit money. And then make sure it is placed on the same level. Now we will add a small square beam on the handle. Color this the same as well. I'm just going to add a lettering that says it is a coconut cart. So I used a small round beam. You can add this or leave it as is. If you have spare money, adding this would be better so people who come across would know that it is a buko karitan. Then recolor this to white plastic so the lettering can be seen from afar. Since this is a cart, we will need wheels. There are two types you can use. So first is by using this horizontal cylinder and resize this to make a small wheel. The only thing here is when you duplicate the cart, the wheels will be left on the same spot that you placed it. But it's okay since you can just add it where you will place the whole cart. If you have transform tool, you can place it down on the table and transform it to the bottom, so you can duplicate the cart with wheels as a whole. Then I added an umbrella to finish the look. Most food carts have this colorful umbrella because of the hot weather here in the Philippines. So this is the first cart. Now moving on to our second cart, which is sorbetes or dirty ice cream cart. Filipinos call it dirty ice cream because it is being sold on the streets, and it is very cheap compared to the ice cream you can buy on stores. So for this ice cream cart, I'm using a large industrial pipe table, and then we will put vertical planks on the sides, just like what we did with the buko cart. So I made the plank color yellow. I'm trying to copy the yellow and red color of the usual dirty ice cream cart. Then add the vertical planks on the sides as well. I made the back side first, so the shorter sides can be made after. It wasn't aligned, so I had to resize the planks on the side. I used red color on the legs and some yellow accent on the pipe thingy. I made the top gray metal since the ice cream container are stainless. Now get this log tray and resize to make it a bit smaller, so we can add 2 more on the side. Dirty ice cream carts usually have 3 stainless cylindrical containers with different flavors, which is commonly ube or purple yam, cheese, and mango. So I'm going to color the middle one to a lighter yellow because that is the cheese flavor, and then the rightmost is mango. So these are our ice creams. Looks so cute right now. I'm craving for this OMG. Anyways, we will be adding the lid cover on top. So I wanted the lid to be slanted a bit so the flavors can be seen. And since I don't have a transform tool Gamepass, I am going to use a pillow so I can use the transform tool for free. Okay guys, for those who don't have Robux to buy the transform tool, all I use are pillows and I just resize it. You can definitely do a lot, but then since this is just free use on pillows and blankets, there is a height limit to which you can transform the pillow. So what I do is place the pillow very close to the spot I like, so the height limit would not be an issue. But if you raise it too high or too low, there would be an error. Okay, now that our lid cover is placed, we will add a structural round rod as a handle on the lid. And I recolored it mid-gray before duplicating the rod. So this is how our dirty ice cream cart is looking right now. Of course, we need to add the ice cream cones. And in the Philippines, our ice cream cones are very thin. You won't have a problem chewing them as a kid or as an elderly person, with or without teeth. So I colored the cone to fawn brown and concrete texture. You can change the color to your liking, but I'll stick to that color. And I just added some more. Now we need to add this on a clear box container. So we will use a semi-transparent cube as the container. I moved a few cones on the side so we can place the box in the middle. And then you can just zoom inside the box while you build, so you can place back the cones that you moved earlier. If you're on PC or laptop or anything with keyboard, you can hold the spacebar to view it from above or aerial shot. I'm just adjusting the box because when I resize it, there are some empty spaces on the other end and it doesn't look symmetrical. So I keep on adjusting. The perks of having no transform tool, hehe. But if you guys have a transform tool, this would just take seconds. No worries, this is my final attempt on the box, hehe. I moved the cones since I cannot move the box anymore. And then color the box to light stone gray. Now we need to add structural beams on the corners on the box. So I used this small round rod and colored this brown. I used a textured material and then duplicated this rod and added it on the corner sides of the box. It looks better now compared to the plain box cube. Okay, now we are adding a few clutter, so I'm placing a cup dispenser on the side since there is an option that we can use disposable cups or cones when you buy. I almost forgot to add a handle on the cart. Again, this technique is for those who don't have transform tool since having the transform tool Gamepass would be much easier. You can just adjust any cubes in the angle you like. I'm going to show another technique by using structural beams. So this one we have to use a transparent beam, the thicker one, and resize this a bit wider. This is where we will place the square beam handles. Then color the handle the same yellow shade. Don't forget to change the color of the transparent beam, so it would be a bit invisible. Anyways, we are going to add a wheel, and I mentioned earlier regarding the second wheel technique. Well, this is the wheel that we will be using. And it is actually the wheel they use for dirty ice cream carts. Street food cart vendors use this big wheel, one on each side of the cart. I had to add another layer of vertical plank so I can place down the wheel. And since we are copying a bit of the yellow and red color, I'm going to change the texture and color of the bottom plank. So now we can copy this plank and place it on the back side, then add the wheel as well. I wanted to add a poster on the empty side of the plank. It doesn't stick. So I'm adding a small vertical plank where I can place down the poster. I recolored the plank to match the main cover plank. I'm going to use this poster and then resize it. The thing with this poster is that it is tilted. So on the last cart, I will use a different decal photo. I also copied this colorful umbrella and placed it on top. Most of the times when the dirty ice cream vendor stays on one place, they place down an umbrella. But usually they just travel without the umbrella, even with the heat from the sun. I'm very proud of food vendors that work physically despite the summer heat. I grew up waiting for those bell chimes that signals the ice cream vendor is going to pass by. And we're going to run as fast as we can to reach the front door so we can have ice cream in the afternoon. I also placed the logo on the side of the cones. So this is our dirty ice cream cart. I love how it turned out. The ice cream cones look so cute on the box container, and the ice cream tubs with the visible flavors looks tempting. On to our last food cart, which is my most favorite, fried street foods. We call this Tusok-tusok. Sorry for the accent of the AI voice, hehe. I still don't have a proper microphone to make a voice recording, so let's just stick to this AI voice and be mysterious, hehe. Anyways, I'm using the same industrial table and vertical plank. So if you want to duplicate the ice cream cart and just delete the items, you can do so. Because I'm just adding the vertical planks just like what we did earlier. I'm going to change the color of the planks and want to use a vibrant color. Don't copy this color since I will change it back to yellowish green, but you can use this same material since that is the design. Now I added a placemat where we will place the fried foods. The most important here is the chocolate fountain. This cost 110 Bloxburg, and don't worry because this is very useful for other street foods that you will make in the future. Once you bought this, exit build mode and buy the chocolate-covered bananas at least 6 pieces, and the marshmallow at least 12 pieces. Okay, now we will color the marshmallows to orange and make this quack. This are quail eggs coated in batter. The orange color is just food coloring, hehe. Next we have is the kikiam, and I just changed the color to brown. And then for the fish ball, I colored it cork. Okay, we have our street foods. I'm going to align them and place it on this placemat, which is a pretend tray. Do it on the other sticks as well. I rotated every stick first before placing it down so I can just place it on the spot I like. Since we have 6 pieces each, the kikiam will be placed 3 on top and bottom. I colored the tray to dark stone gray. We're going to add a deep frying pot since the vendor fries this so the food is still hot and crispy. Now I'm adding a square cube and resize this. We are going to make this a pretend single burner stove. I'm adding this log tray again and resize this a bit smaller. This is the support for the pot. I colored the outer layer to black and then inner you can leave as is. And then the stove itself is dark stone gray. I want to add cooking oil inside since we will deep fry the food. So I'm using the round pillow again since I don't have a transform tool Gamepass. I need to use pillows instead for the free transform tool. Now let's color this to look like cooking oil. I'm making the texture to foil. Then resize this to fit the pot. I moved the pillow again so there wouldn't be anything poking out. Then I colored the pot to medium gray since most frying pans here are stainless. I also added some bowls because some customers would eat on the side before they go to work or go home from school. And the street food wouldn't be complete without dipping sauce that are placed on the side of the cart. So I added a horizontal plank where we will place down the sauce containers. It is always 3 round jars of dipping sauce. We have special made vinegar that sometimes have onion and cucumber, and then a sweet sauce, then a spicy sauce. I always mix the sweet and spicy sauce just to add a bit of spice kick when you eat fried food. And if you're wondering why there is a plant here, this is a pretend wooden stick for the street food, hehe. I'm also going to add a juice dispenser since most street food carts also sell juice or what we call palamig. So we will just place it on this space in front and then we will add a cup dispenser as well. The cup dispenser is for the drinks and also for the street food if the customer wants to eat on a cup. I copied the umbrella and then refilled the dispenser with juice. Let's pretend that it is a goulam man. Then I copied the wheel from the ice cream cart and resized this to make it a bit bigger. Most street food carts are on a vehicle. So I'm going to add a bicycle on the left side. I'll just color this to black. I mentioned earlier about adding a different decal photo. So we will use a taped photograph for this cart and resize it to fit the outer plank. Then I changed back the color to yellowish green as I said earlier that I wanted a vibrant color. I also had to recolor some of the items that were green earlier. So here is the decal code if you would also like to use this for your street food cart. You can pause the video to copy the code. I'm just going to add a logo on the side. So this is what our street food cart looks like. This is my favorite one out of this 3 custom carts, hehe. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like to see more custom-made items that you can use to spice up your town builds, feel free to comment it down below. I would appreciate your support by giving this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also click on the notification bell so you won't miss the latest videos I upload. Help me reach my goal of 10,000 subs. This would help me a lot, especially in making future videos for you all. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day, afternoon, or night. Love you all and take care. See you on my next video.